170 miles is probably the lowest mileage Testarossa, that's at least in the country. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
The
rarest Lamborghini in the country.
Yeah. Old man Lamborghini went to Ferrari and asked him to build a car for him. And I guess the rumor is that Ferrari and old man Lamborghini got into it. Old man Lamborghini complained about the clutch, and nobody knows more about clutches than a tractor builder.
Right.
So anyway, Ferrari and him got into it, and I guess Ferrari did not like what he had to say. So old man Lamborghini said, "That's it. I'm gonna build my own cars," and that's where it started. But you know, Lamborghini was kind of the John Deere of Italy, like Porsche was the John Deere of Germany, because Porsche was a tractor builder prior to building cars.
Okay, I didn't know that about Porsche.
Yeah, some interesting history on this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is my first time seeing a Lamborghini tractor.
Isn't that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a picture of my dad and Mario Andretti. When my dad bought the tractor, he bought it at the auction. So consequently, what happened was, you know, they became good friends.
It's just crazy here. Oh, there's a vet you was talking about.
Yeah, it's a vet that we're building. We're getting ready to go run that, do some time trial stuff. We had the Bondurant car. It was my daughter's school car when she went to Bondurant. And Pat and Bob have big, you know, I've known him for 35, 40 years. Bob, one of the great race car drivers of our time. And the tough thing is we lost Bob this last year. And so Pat and Bob both signed the car when my daughter was taking race driving school at the Bondurant school. So we had gone about as far as we can with that car. We're doing it like Willow Springs at turn 1. We're doing 118, 120 miles an hour through the turn. If the car ever gets upside down, you're dead, because that halo over the back of the Corvette is not really a roll bar. It's got a bar in it, but it would crush. You take one good impact and it crushes. There's a guy with a C7, which is the next Motti style from the car, that Corvette, next one up. And the guy was leaving the pits, and he was only doing like 60 miles an hour, and we're coming through there at 120. He comes out around the corner, leaving the pits, and makes a left-hand turn into turn 1, pokes the throttle, panics, doesn't know what he's doing. The car snaps back around. Now he's going backwards into the outside of turn 1. There's an embankment there, and it's only about 3 feet tall. Hits it, hooks the wheels, flips it on its lid, crushed the top of the car. Now, thank God they didn't have 4-point harnesses on, because if they did, it would have broke both their necks. They had a regular seat belts on, and they both slid sideways when the car hit sideways and then flipped on the roof. Then the car flipped again and landed upside down. And so what happened was it crushed it right to the sill, and these guys, they had to pry them out. As soon as we saw that, now I've got tens of thousands of miles at Willow Springs and a lot of track records with the cars around here. I said, that's it, we're done. So I found the Z06 C6, which is an interesting story. This guy we bought it from, he had put a supercharger on it, and he was too lean, so he didn't do his homework as far as all of the computer work that needed to be done. So what happened is he blew the motor and put a rod through the side of the motor.
Oh, dang.
So it's in his garage, and evidently the rumor is he was having an affair, or his girlfriend thought he was having an affair. So she came out one afternoon and caught wind of this, and there was like a 6-foot brass floor lamp. She picks this thing up and breaks every window in the car. So, which is, and we just going, really?
Right.
And the rumor also has it, well, when he got home, he was obviously pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
He drags the car around the block and reports it's stolen. So this is what we heard. We don't know if it's fact or not. So what happened
That'd be a crazy story, though.
The insurance company wrote him a check for full pop. So what happened was we bought it on a salvage title. And one thing about the Z06, it's an aluminum frame car. Aluminum, you don't really ever want to buy a Zeo or aluminum frame car that's been hit.
Right.
Because aluminum only bends one time one way. And then beyond that, trying to bend it back is virtually impossible. You've got to cut sections out of the frame. So what's nice is it's got a salvage title, but it's never been hit. So we got it for relatively inexpensive. It's got right now it's got a LS2 in it motor. It's got the baby motor in it, just to get it around and move it. Monique and I took it up to Laguna Seca Raceway a couple of weeks ago, and we just flogged the hell out of it, had a blast. And so the LS7 is out being built at Redline right now. Mike's got it. And it'll put 600 at the rear wheels.
Really?
So normally aspirated. Yeah, it's got just a mild cam in it. So we built the race car. It's got the wheels and stuff. That, I've got the struts that need to go on the splitter up front and to keep the flex out of the splitter. The rear wing assembly. A friend of mine, Bruce Myers, he owns the original C6 Corvette that won Daytona, Sebring, and Le Mans. So we took the wing measurements and the wing and everything else off of that car as far as the measurements and stuff, and duplicated the back half of the car exactly how the Le Mans car was. So the splitter's a little bit bigger. Like I said, we got the struts coming. The big motor will be done next week, so we'll put that in. But that car is diabolically fast. We just weighed it in. It weighs in at 3,000 pounds.
Wow,
so it's pretty light.
Yeah.
It's pretty light. It's got ZR1 carbon brakes on it. It's got the got billet racing wheels. And we're just getting it now, and it's just it's plenty fast. It's a lot of fun. Got the half cage in it, so we couldn't go any further with the Bonnarant car because I'm not going to cut it up by putting a cage into it. So what we did is we transferred everything to this car, and this car's will have a full cage when it's done. Right now we got a half cage. The rest of it goes in. It'll have the hip struts, and then the over bars for the halo will come down, and it'll anchor on the floor. So right now everything's gutted in the middle of the car, so it's out. And then everybody looks in the back of it and goes, "Oh wow, look at all the nitrous bottle." That's a fire system.
That's a fire system.
That's a fire system. I'm definitely afraid of fire. Fire's not a place you want to be.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. Even though I've never been in that situation, I know that.
Nor do you want to be.
Right.
Yeah, that's a little too toasty for me.
Yeah.
So this is some of the stuff we've been playing with. This is our personal stuff.
Okay. That front splitter is huge.
Yeah, it's awesome. And the struts we're working on right now, I'm just having them built. There are fobs that go on here. They bolt through, and then they're going to go up inside. And there's a bumper that goes up in here. We're going to run straight up in the bumper to support this, to keep the flex out of it. So we got some coming out at kind of a 45-degree angle this way, some coming out that way, two to the front, and then another one to the other side. The rest of it is our private collection, and what we did was when my dad and I stopped racing, we said, well, what are we going to do with the collection? Because we were all over the place. This was our private collection, and we'd gone from a 2,000 square foot warehouse to a 5,000 square foot warehouse, and then a 40,000. All our racing was being done next door. We had two tractor trailers. One of the units, the tractor trailers, was going all over the country with the vintage stuff, 5 or 6 cars in it, and then the other one was the pro stuff, and I was flying from race to race.
Yeah.
And it was really a great time.
Oh, man.
And then when we got done and retired, we asked ourselves, so what are we going to do with it? And my dad came up with the idea, let's donate the car collection in the museum, the building, to the Marconi Foundation for Kids. And with that, we use it to generate money for children's charities and kids at risk. So that is what we've done. We've been doing it for the last 30 years. Our mission is $1 million a year, and with COVID, we were down for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So we're rebooting the company, getting it done. And, socially, you've been watching, and we're revving it back up. And we've got events now coming into Christmas. We've got, over the next 2 or 3 or 4 months, we've got 2 or 3 or 4 events a week.
Jeez.
So it's really becoming outstanding.
Yeah,
so.
And events here are fun. I love coming to them.
You've been here several times, so
yeah.
It gets crazy. It's driven by Mr. Brabham, and they did okay with it. It wasn't a spectacular winner, and they had a lot of development work on it, and I think they ran short of funding. That's what happened. But we ended up with a car, and it's a neat piece.
Yeah. This is sweet. So, Formula One car. What year is this?
I don't remember what year it is. Let me find out here real quick. It's a Simplex or Simtech. It's a 1994.
Okay. Jeez, 1994 Formula One car. Look at this dude. And you know what I noticed? Seeing these in person, they're so much smaller than like on camera or you will see on TV and stuff.
You're looking at 600 to 700 horsepower. And the thing only weighs 1,100 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it is just, and they're just, the power to weight ratio is just stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, second only to like a 6-speed shifter go-kart. People go, oh, the power to weight ratio on a 6-speed shifter is almost the same as the power to weight ratio on a Formula One car. It's pretty crazy.
Jeez. And then the wooden little skid plate underneath.
What's that?
I was saying the wooden skid plate underneath.
This is called Jabberrock.
Okay.
And what they is, it's a very, very hard wood. They also use it underneath the floor pan. So what happens is when it skips over the top of the asphalt, and if it ever touches or catches, it smells like wood burning, but it skips over the top of it, and it's almost like a lubricant. So it's like Teflon or Delron. It allows the car to slide easy. So that's what they use. They put it on all the points, the low points of the cars. So if it does skid, it slips. So it doesn't hang up the car. Like if you put steel, it sort of sparks out the back all over. You put aluminum bites into the asphalt. So it's not hard enough material, but they use this Japa rock. It's pretty cool. And it's a wear product. So what happens, you wear it, you put new one on every race.
Then the car on the wall, what's that one?
B15 Chevron. I raced that for probably around 6 or 8 years. And we won everything we placed it in. It's a really fast car. You look at those headers up there, and it's stainless steel. They're all hand built. Yeah, it was a neat car. 5 Shelby. I campaigned this car for probably about 12 or 14 years. We won just about everything with it. Right now it's about $350,000 car. I mean, that's what the Shelbys have gone completely nuts. It's got some of my race history and the guy that we bought it from before us. It's got right now a 289 in it. It's all set up for racing. It's got all the coolers and the oil coolers and trans coolers and everything else that's on it. It's got a 4-speed stick, and it's a lot of fun, and you'll hear it.
I get an old school, I need this. Sounds amazing.
There's nothing like 105 race gas smell in the morning.
Oh my, it smells good too.
It smells good. That's 105 octane race fuel, and it's just, there is no smell like it. When you go to the track, my wife won't go to car shows with me anymore. She said, the problem with going to car shows, there is sight, but there's no sound, there's no speed, and there's no smell. So 3 of the 4 senses are not at car shows, they're at the racetrack.
That is true.
So that's why we do what we do.
That is true.
This is about a $50,000 steering wheel. It's got all the electronics and everything else that control the car, with all the rev limiter settings and all the different settings and for the enrichment cycles and all the other things that go on it. So and they can hit the R button, and you'll hear them radio in. They'll hit the R button, and that'll increase or decrease the mixture depending on what kind of horsepower they want to make and how much fuel they got left for the race. So, and this is a relatively non-sophisticated steering wheel compared to the stuff they got today.
Oh my gosh, the stuff today looks crazy.
Your shifter belt crank, and these are, I believe, is the reverse pattern. So it's very interesting. It's all titanium.
That is crazy. So Michael Schumacher's F1 car.
They took it. It was fitted to Michael. What they do is they pour you it with how we do it is they take a 55-gallon trash can or trash bag, and they put your ass in it, and they pour the 2-part mixture foam in it. What happens is stuff starts to swell up, and they roll the top up so it doesn't get out the top. It's a mess if it does. So what happens is you sit in there and it swells around you and completely form fits you. Then all the excess they shave off, and what they do is they take it and we clean it all up, and then they completely wrap it with beautiful material or cloth so it fits you, and that bucket slides in and out of your car. So what I want you to do is go ahead and watch the diffusers on the side. Go ahead and step down directly into the car.
Step down into it.
Step down in the car. Now slide down in it. Okay. Now this collar, here's how it works. The collar pinches back like this. Okay, see, like that?
Yeah.
And what happens is we'll put the steering wheel on it. Okay. Let me see where we're at here. There you go. And that's where it is.
Dude, this is actually pretty comfortable.
It is, and that does not have a seat in it. So what happens, you're just sitting in the bucket.
Yeah.
Once they get the seat poured, then we pull the foam pieces out of here. There's foam that comes right up against your helmet all the way around. It drops in and it locks into these tabs here. So in case of a hard impact, obviously now they have the halos that they use. In case of a hard impact, what happens is it keeps it from just rattling or tearing your head up. Plus the Hans device.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'll snap your neck.
Yeah.
So pretty cool, huh?
This is pretty cool, dude. And the one Michael Schumacher sat in too.
Yeah. Here's the crazy part. I got a chance to drive a Schumacher car when I was at the Nürburgring. And the wild thing about it is, I'm pretty good, okay? Been around, won a lot of championships. I got in that car and you realize how little you do know. I mean, you don't, those guys are at a level that you're up here. I mean, like I was telling you at the Nürburgring, I'm coming down into brake mark 1 and I'm moving pretty good. I'm 180 miles an hour and you're coming down into, so I started at 3 and you realize, wow, I could have gone in deeper, deeper, deeper. So now I'm at brake mark 2, now I'm at 1.5 and you start getting in deep, you go, wow, there's the difference between blowing through the outside of the exit of the turn or the entrance of the turn and braking comfortably is about a fraction. The gray area gets so narrow so fast with these cars, it's insane.
Jeez. I bet you it's still fun driving. It's probably crazy driving these.
As fast as you can pull that trigger and shift, it goes in the next gear. Bang, 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 bang. No more than about 2-3 seconds apart. You're moving, and that's, this was a 7-speed or 8-speed transmission, as I recall. And you're pulling it so fast, it just bang, 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 upshift, downshift.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pretty nuts, huh?
That is crazy.
You want to hang on to it?
Yeah, I can't. Ugh. Now looking at it from this view, so it's not a seat in there. So I guess I'm sitting more lower, right?
No,
what?
they'll be sitting virtually on the floor.
Okay.
They'll have him on the floor. What they're looking for is the eyesight. There's a little button. There's a button shield that goes out of here, but just a little tiny shield. But right here, if you can see over the top, and they got pitot tubes coming out of there that check the air. But if you can see over the top, you're high enough. You want to be as low as you can in the car to get the center of gravity down.
Okay.
And that's basically where you want to be.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Can you reach the pedals?
Yeah, I can reach the pedals.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And this still has the motor and the transmission and everything in it.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Pretty wild, huh?
Oh yeah, the pedals are pretty heavy too.
Yeah.
I heard people talking about how heavy the pedals feel.
These aren't power brakes.
These aren't?
No, this isn't power brakes, and most of it's not power steering. So what happens is, all the brakes are mechanical brakes. They're not a powered brake system. Now the newer cars have a little bit different braking technology, of course.
Yeah.
Kind of like your McLaren. What did you say the McLaren was? How much for their set of rotors?
Oh my. Carbon ceramics?
Carbon ceramics.
Carbon ceramics in the back left rotor shattered.
Yeah.
So
What was the brake job on that car you were saying?
it has to be around $40,000.
$40,000 to $50,000.
Yeah. Just for the brakes.
Yeah.
That's like the brakes alone will probably total that car out.
Yeah.
Suspension.
Yeah, the car's weight. It smashed it all the way to the firewall in the
Yeah.
front, and the back is it
Yeah.
pushed the whole rear clip over.
Yeah. But like you
it's sad
said,
to see.
that carbon fiber saved me though. That's why I said that in my video also.
Yeah.
I said thank you McLaren for making the carbon fiber tub because
The neat part about that is that carbon all diffuses. It starts crashing, crashing, crashing. So it makes that was a radical hit you took. I mean, it took off the whole corner, wasted the back end of the car, and you walked away from it without a scratch on it.
Yeah.
And it's all the diffusing of the energy going back that carbon does. They do some amazing work.
yeah,
Yeah.
like crazy. Dude,
So,
this is so crazy.
what do you
sitting
think?
in it. I like this, dude. Oh my! And just imagine you're this low to the ground,
Yep.
doing like 180, 200.
Well, 200. They would do, depending on the track, they do 200 miles an hour. I think it was 205, 210.
Jeez.
But it's not the straight line speed. It's the
It's the-
G's that
yep.
they can take around the corner is off the scale.
Yeah, 5 Gs
Yeah.
I've been seeing.
Isn't that amazing?
On the corner.
Yeah.
I wonder how that feels. I wonder how many G's it felt when I hit the wall.
Well,
That's what I was thinking of.
probably not as many as you think because of the diffusing with that carbon. But if
Yeah.
you take a look at your head, let's say your head's 10 pounds, okay? Now go 5 Gs. Now your head's 50 pounds. So the neck exercises they do, when I was racing full time, my neck would go from a 15 or a 16 to a 19-inch neck, and just the muscles building up in your neck from the G-forces.
Jeez.
So, and it's just, it gets crazy. And then the new Hans devices.
Yeah.
You have to, just to make sure you don't tear your head off or, break a basal skull fracture, like, we saw with some of the great race car drivers we know. We lost them.
No, that's crazy.
Pretty cool stuff.
It is. I like sitting in here.
The whole, like I said, and what happens is once the headrest goes in around you, you're in the car, the headrest goes in on top of you, so it goes around. So you'll have about that much movement, maybe 1.5 inches to 2 inches of movement from side to side with the head pad. Goes all around.
Yeah, I can do this. And the brake pedal feels how the McLaren was, because the McLaren brake pedal is always like stiff also. So it's like, one thing I learned is you can't believe like everyone on the internet and what they say, because people say anything. Like people will say like, oh, it has to be super uncomfortable sitting in there, or the brakes are so hard and everything. But it feels like, if you ever sit in a McLaren, I never drove like anything other than my 570S. So you sit in a 570S, that's what the brake pedal feels like. It's super stiff. Like workout if your legs.
A lot of feedback.
Yeah.
A lot of feedback.
Yep, just like that. But like.
The problem is that most people that give their opinion have never actually done it.
Exactly.
They've never actually been in it. You don't sit in this car. You put this car on. You literally put the car on. And when I say you put the car on, there will not be any room for both your thighs, your knees. You'll feel your knees hitting the bolster. There's a bulkhead right along here.
Yep, I feel it too.
Okay. And what happens is you wear knee pads and turn them sideways, so you don't bang your knees into it. Otherwise, your knees will be so badly bruised you can hardly walk. But this rib that comes across here picks up off of this upper control arm, and it's a stiffening factor, and that's where you want to be. So consequently, what happens is you wear pads on both sides of your knee when you get out of there, or they pre-pad your driving suit. So this is beating you up. Does it have to be uncomfortable? No. You should get in it. It should fit you like a glove.
Yeah.
I used to tell everybody I could hit a little pebble the size of a quarter, okay, or the size of a dime, and I could feel it in the car. And with a Formula car, everything transmits to your butt, your legs, and your back, and this is where all that feeling is. So this becomes an extension of your body.
Yeah.
You put this car on, you don't sit in it. This is not like sitting in a car. You're strapped to it. You and the car become one. And this is a stress member. That motor and transmission is a stress member, meaning that that's part of the car's design and it's part of the car's structure. So it's not a frame car. So consequently, what happens is it's all rigid mounted. There is no motor mounts in it. So the motor mounts, meaning that there's no soft motor mounts. So when you rev up the engine on my Atlantic that's on the wall, your whole chest would shake and you'd cough because it would rattle your lungs. And when you rev the motor up, it was incredible. Once you got rolling, you forgot all about it. Never happened.
That's freaking sweet.
Oh yeah, it's pretty phenomenal.
That is sweet. So that makes sense to why I was watching one of the highlights for Silverstone this year. And I think that's when Lewis went over a curb and something fell off from the floor, and he noticed it like automatically, like that.
You can feel everything you do. You come around an apex, you hit the gators around an apex, and it goes brrr. You feel all that, and it just shudders you. And here's the other people that don't understand it. Anybody who's driven an Indy car or Formula One car, the aerodynamics of the car in front of you, the vortex of the car in front of you is spoiling the air. So it takes it away from the front wings, it takes away from the rear wings, now the new Formula One cars have underwings, so you can feel that, and it takes some of the downforce on it, loosens the car up. So a guy comes across the front of you, and you both guys are both nailing into a turn hard, you can feel the car get loose. But the aerodynamics to your head shudders so badly from the buffeting of the car in front of you that everything is blurry. It is really an unnerving feeling. So, and you just have to fight yourself through that and focus it. There's all kinds of aerodynamics and things that happen in a car that the Formula One drivers don't even explain it to you. Is because it becomes normal for them.
Yeah.
And with Indy cars or Formula One or Formula Atlantic or any of the Formula cars, that buffeting from the air in front of you at 200 or 180 miles an hour is insane. It just shudders your head. It's amazing. Everything comes in a blur.
Jeez.
Crazy stuff.
That is crazy. I could experience that. I feel like I could do it. No,
Well, you're going to get a chance to.
I
Maybe
know,
not
right?
Formula One, but you'll get a chance to.
Oh, dude. This is sweet, though. And then it says, like, off, on, and then talk, like, right up there. Reverse, light.
There are different, in each one, even a lot of these things, here's the dashboard in here, and that has got a light up dash. So every time you get to the max RPMs, when this car was like 17, 18,000 RPMs, a red light would go on. It'd go up in a graduated, go from yellow, it'd go green, yellow, and red. Green, yellow, red, green, yellow. And so every time you clicked it, it would roll up on that rolling dash. You're going to have to find some. The days of Roger Penske when I was racing, Paul Tracy, for instance. Paul Tracy, the days of Roger Penske standing by the side of the track and said, "Okay, I'm going to write you a check. You're going to come drive for me." Those days are pretty much over.
Yeah.
Like McLaren, you take a look at Lewis, and Lewis, McLaren was grooming him from the time he was in go-karts. And McLaren, he was under contract. McLaren just kept feeding him to where he is today, and that's where he grew up. But those days of somebody writing you a check because you're a great race car driver, you're going to spend 80% of your time looking for sponsorship, unless you get a monster sponsor. The rest of the time, you're going to be testing, driving the car, testing. And that's where it starts. It's a tough business.
Sure.
So look at all the Formula One drivers that you got today. What are there, 15 of them? 18?
20?
20?
22, I think.
22 of the best guys in the world, and tens of thousands of people going after that mission.
True.
That's what they're looking for. So it's easy to say you can do it until we get you in a race car and we get you out there on the track and you're going to go, okay, I do have a little bit to learn. Like I said, I've been doing it for 50 years. And when I got the F1 car over at Nürburgring, I realized how little I did not know. Yeah, and I realized how little I did know. So the combination of both ends of it, you're going, oh, well, I can do this. Till you get down to turn one, you go, holy cow. What? It's from everything, like I said, what separates men and boys is turn one.
A lot of people say that too, I heard that.
Well, when you get out there, you'll get it. Like I said, go to driving school, spend a 3 to 4 day class, go do that, get some seat time behind you, get the dynamics laid down, and then you can start going from there and figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to do that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get out, when you step out. So both feet on, or both hands on the side of the car, lift yourself up out and step over the diffuser. Perfect.
There we go. That's freaking cool. That is freaking cool, though.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. And it's comfortable in there. It really is. The seating position. And then, like, imagine one just, like, molded for your body. Oh, my gosh.
2-part foam, they pour it in, you sit in there, and the thing just swells around you. Like I said, then when they're done, they shave off the excess, and Alcantara, they'll cover it with Alcantara, and just the whole thing, and it becomes your seat. But there's no padding in it. What you want to do is you want to feel the whole thing. You want to feel everything that transmits out of the car and comes up through the car. Yeah. So they'll put a mild layer, maybe a 1/4 inch of padding in there, but there's no padding in that seat. That absolutely form fits. Every driver's got his own seat, and it form fits to them. Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here. Drive out of here.
Sorry. Just. And then here's the clutch too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So the clutch right
For
there.
the start. Yeah, you pull both of them in.
So both clutches in.
And both clutches in, and you release it. Yeah, pretty amazing stuff.
I would like to give a huge shout out to the Marconi Museum, man, for literally the most awesome experience. It's not every day. Well, a lot of you guys say squad because I didn't know at first either, but it's not every day that you get to sit in Michael Schumacher's, the one himself, hold the steering wheel and all, F1 car, dude. I sat in my first official F1 car today also. So just thank you to the Marconi Museum, and just whenever you guys can, if you're out here in California, to support, it's for a good cause as well. Just come support. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate it, man. I truly do. That was freaking amazing, dude. Amazing. And that just might be God works. I'm gonna just say this, Saint Squad. God works in mysterious ways, and you guys will see as time goes on. But that just might be the start of my race career that I want. So we'll see. The sun is beaming right now. I can't even see the lanes on the freeway. No cap, dude. I'm just staying behind this car. But thank you to the Marconi Museum. Amazing experience sitting in my first ever F1 car, let alone that being Michael Schumacher. So that's like a that's like top level sitting in an F1 car, dude. Like, if you know, you know. If you don't know, Saint Squad, Michael Schumacher is like a F1 legend. I can say that. So him and Lewis Hamilton are tied in wins right now. So Lewis Hamilton gonna be the GOAT, best of all time. I'm calling it. I'm just saying that now. Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT. So once he gets his 8th World Championship win, he gonna have the most wins, Grand Championship wins, Grand Prix wins. That's the GOAT. But Michael Schumacher, he up there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Saint Squad, he up there.
Tomorrow.
Trees, blue skies. Here we are at Avenue of the Arts. Well, the home away from home, but sadly, we are leaving. We gotta put that in there because, yeah. I want to be Mr. Fancy and still have nothing to do with those bags. So don't worry. Huh? He has? That's sweet. Anyways, now get in the AMG and change of plans today. Well, first start it up. So last night this thing was throwing like a parking brake fault or code or whatever, but I guess it's fine now. Change of plans. Instead of going to MFR, I know I'm supposed to get the new MFR kit, upgraded kit and all this stuff, but throughout the week, Jose has called me at HCD Customs, and we were talking about, because, you know, look, first thing I got a deposit on, you know what I'm saying, for the wrap for the McLaren. But then Jose's like, we could do something with the deposit, and he wants to upgrade the wrap for SEMA, because believe it or not, this car has been this wrapped for a year, almost a year. It doesn't seem like it because we haven't been with it like that, but it's been almost a year this car has been wrapped like this. So Jose said we need a V2 version, an upgraded version of it since then. So it's just, yeah. So instead of going to MFR, we're dropping it off to Jose at ACD Customs, and then probably from there we go, well, Jose is going to take it to MFR. Yeah, we'll explain that all when we get there. We have made it. Get this stuff out of here. Dude, it is already, it's 11 o'clock, already 100 degrees out here. What the heck? Good thing I am not staying out here all day. What's that? McLaren piece rip. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I got everything. Keep the books in there. Keep the glasses in there. Pop the trunk. Yeah, I'm good. Guess we'll have to leave that stuff in there for now. But anyways, before I walk inside, just want to show you guys this. Oh, almost tripped over the curb, but boom. Jose's car right here, so you see what's missing, right? Jose is also going to SEMA, so he is rewrapping his AMG for, again, the new kit and everything. The wing is still on there, but the diffuser is gone, and that is basically what it looks like. We cut our bumpers off, and it looks like that under there. Freaking race car. Now imagine dropping the diffuser and you could show like the transmission and stuff in the back. That honestly wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, you drop it, have a little opening right there. Low key. Low freaking key, but all of his kit and stuff is off. No side skirts. Those are even gone. And no front splitter. It's just bald. Anyways, at ACD Customs, they're just wrapping a bunch of stuff. They are freaking packed in here. What's the dealio, Martilio? What's the deal? You going crazy. Huh? I said you going crazy scrubbing. You see that? Hard man work right there. Yeah. But anyway, so we are at ACD. So remember when we first got here, I'm going to office, that compressor generator thing is loud. But remember when we first got here, I was talking about, okay, drop it off at MFR, get that. I was talking about no wrap, not doing a wrap or anything. Well, so much could change in the week, right? Remember that, Saint Squad. No matter what, so much can change in the week, so it's no telling what the future can be. Now we end up, Jose wants to do an upgraded part of the wrap, wants to upgrade it. So I was telling them how I had that wrap for a year. You know, I didn't notice I had it for a year till you said it. So.
You gotta change it up for SEMA, man.
Yeah. So change it up for SEMA, and then we'll see basically a new wrap on there. Changing it up. We'll see a new wrap on the AMG by the time we go. And then the new upgraded kit from MFR also. So we should see both of those by the time we get back here in California. So drop it off at HCD, boom, AMG dropped off, type beat, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's basically what's going on. Coming down the street, he getting close. Leave the keys here. Me and Jose coming up with a game plan, which is about to be hard. This thing is about to be hard, and then Jose's car is gonna be hard. Just stay tuned, wait for it. But I am leaving California, so when we get back, there will be a new wrap on the AMG and hopefully the new kit and everything. And well, it might be another car here when I get back as well. You guys will just see. Pretty much. Yeah, you guys will just see. Just enjoy, Saint Squad. Enjoy the banger. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't already, because the grind don't stop. The bangers keep on going and going and going and going and going. And I think this dude is lost and trying to pull in. I think he's coming in. And last lick of the AMG like that, because it gets this new wrap. California, I'm gonna catch y'all later, and we say hello to, well, a different state.